What's up, guys? It's Monday on Romantic Propaganda. It's director Imani Shakur
and author Devon Hewett.
And this podcast is inspired by Devon's book of the same name, Romantic Propaganda. We're broadcasting the truth and exposing the lies as we do every Monday. Sometimes we take off, it depends, but usually we're here on Mondays broadcasting the truth and exposing the lies for you guys. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Email us at rptalktruth@gmail.com. On Twitter, we're at Romantic Propaganda. Thanks for all the listeners on all the streaming platforms. Thank you, YouTube, for having us. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Buzzsprout, the Android and iPhone apps. Everywhere that you guys listen, just want to give you all a shout out and say what's up. We know you're out there, and thanks for tuning in. Now today, Devon, my friend, what are we talking about?
Well,
I'm talking about putting people aside.
Ooh, okay.
And when do you put people aside?
Like get rid of them or just to the side?
Just to the side. I'll explain.
I like that. I like that for some odd reason.
Just to the
side.
Right.
Well, mine's going to be about why women are selfish creatures.
Oh, interesting.
Why they're selfish.
And maybe last week you heard a lot of banging on the table and stuff. That was Devon, not me.
So really?
This week, how does that sound? See, only on camera, and Devon is like,
am I doing that?
Yeah, you were doing that last episode a lot. Yeah, so
make sure
sorry,
Sion.
No, it's all good. Make sure you
I just get passionate.
Yeah, I know. I guess the first time we shot, Mark told us about me doing what you just did, doing that. So I stopped doing that.
The mic picks up everything.
The mic picks up everything. So anyway, that was Devon last episode, guys, with all the banging and tapping
guys.
and all that.
Sorry, Sion.
I want to bust him out. Snitch.
Sorry.
Anyway, all right, yeah. So let's jump it off, man. I'm talking about. I think I jumped it off this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I or do you? Just
I talked about last week about the needs of a man, needs of a woman. No, you talked about older women.
Yeah.
And then I did the needs of a woman, and then you gave a story.
Right, I gave a story.
So this is my turn again.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You can go first.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's how we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's how we did it. Yeah.
Okay. So, men, grab a pen. Ladies, grab a pen. Why women are selfish creatures. They are selfish creatures because they're designed for survival. Mm-hmm. And because they're designed to survive, they must be selfish, but they survive on a different wavelength than men. Women survive by feeling like they are a priority, feeling like they are the center of attention. You ever notice why the stereotype for women are in competition with each other is so true? Mm-hmm. It's because the reason why women are in competition with each other is because each of those women want to feel special, or they want to feel like the one. So the reason why women don't like a man cheating on them, it's not the fact that it's not the act of sex, it's what it represents. Mm-hmm. That she's not the one, the special one.
Right.
Women like to feel romanticized and taken on trips and have the dinner with the candles because it makes it all about them. Mm-hmm. And this is why we know it's true, because if a woman's dating a man, she can say, I love him, he's there, I care about him so much. But what happens, Imani, when he stops buying her flowers, when he stops taking her out to dinner, when he stops with the movies, the vacations, when he stops with the gifts, the words of affirmation, when he stops making it about her, what happens?
That she doesn't feel loved anymore.
Right. But why does it take that stuff to happen for her to care in the first place, or to keep on caring?
That's a good question. I guess because actions speak louder than words. And how do you show love?
Right.
The love language thing that they say.
Right. And so
what's your love language,
Right. So let's say a person's love language is gifts and words of affirmation. Mm-hmm. Why does it take a person's action for you to feel love for? Why can't you just love the man? Because why is it reliant on me getting a gift, or me being told I'm pretty, or me being felt special for me to feel this way? You know what I mean? Like, you love your daughter just because.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a different type of love.
Yeah.
But that putting her before you comes just because.
Just because,
It doesn't matter what she says to you, what she wears. You will always die and ride for your daughter. But why is it that women can't not just feel that way for a man? Why does he have to put in those steps to even earn the ability to bring her back home? It's like women feed off of this being heard, being valued, being praised, being worshipped. And unless you do those things, you're not a real man, or you're not worth my time.
Right.
You'll see on social media and in magazines, they say, hey, girl, if he ain't taking you out on this nice fancy dinner, he ain't the. Why is it gotta be a nice fancy dinner?
Yep.
You know, what makes you so important?
Yep.
And so the reason why the women don't like, for example, the Kardashians might have a lot of hate, or you see a girl, or her boobs are fake, or her butt is fake, or I bet you she had plastic surgery. She's upset because now the center is taken away from her and is put on another woman, where it shouldn't even matter. You know, so women are selfish creatures because if it's not about them, it won't ever be about you. And I really do think that women are this way because they carry the eggs, they carry the future generation, they carry the baby for 9 months. And unless they are a priority, the next generation can't survive. That's what I'm thinking. And it kind of is in their mind and their DNA.
That's a good way to look at it, though. That's a good point.
Because you'd have to put her first to ensure the next generation, right?
Right. And it's funny, it goes from rich to poor, too. It goes from poor to rich, this thing you're talking about, why women are selfish. Because the women that are dating guys that are, or with men that are super, super rich, you know, the need is the same. It's just a different level of it. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? So if you're not in that, you know, financial bracket, they expect you to do certain things relative to the bracket that you are in. You know what I'm saying?
Give me an example.
And when you don't do it, so for example, say I'm a multi-millionaire. I may take a woman. It may be Friday, and I may say,
"But you are a multi. I mean,
yeah, but I may say, let's go to Paris, you know, this weekend." Now, another guy, that's a $4,000 trip last minute.
Yeah,
that's his rent, his car note. You know what I'm saying? Why is that funny? He could just do that.
His rent.
He could just be like, yeah, let's go. Because those tickets are available, but they cost $4 or $5 grand if you're going to Paris tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a woman that's with someone within that financial bracket, that's the kind of thing she actually expects. You know what I mean? Whereas someone that's not would be happy with just going to a movie and a nice dinner and dancing for that weekend. But the need is still the same, I'm saying, from their perspective. The principle of it is still the same. It's just a different level of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Because they want to feel special.
Yeah, they want to feel special. And you want to know what's crazy about this? What you're saying? This brought me to something, right?
What is it?
I know what's crazy about this? When you're raising a teen, which you'll do one day, and I'm raising a teenage girl right now with her mom, why is it that the issues with the teenage women are always between the mom and the daughter? All the drama, all the fighting, all the rebellion, all the bickering. It's always the women that clash. It's always the 14-year-old, 15-year-old daughter that's clashing with the mom. And it's for the same thing you're talking about right now. Even in that young age, that woman is trying to assert herself of independence. You know what I'm saying? And break away from the mom because she has things she wants to do now. And the mom is like, well, no, you can't do that. You are my baby. What you mean you're 14, 15 now? Wait, no.
Yeah.
And because the mom isn't getting what she was getting before from that 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old.
Girl night out, gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like
and they always clash.
It's not about the ex-wife anymore, right? Because it's like if your ex-wife and your daughter went out to get their nails done,
right,
or go to the movies or shop, that's what we do together,
right?
But now she wants to break away from that. Her mom's like, no,
exactly.
It's more about me versus me and you,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Now I don't have that partner no more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
And then they feel bad. And recently she had formal, and her mom felt bad because my daughter just wanted to do her nails alone.
Oh, see? How did I know that? I just made that up. I didn't know that's what it was.
She said, no, I'm doing myself, Mom. And she wanted to be a part of the whole thing, and my daughter didn't want to. And, you know, you want to be a part of that stuff, not to fulfill your child, because your child, if they don't need it, it's really about fulfilling something you're trying to satisfy.
Yeah, you want to be in control, or you want
right. You want to be involved for your selfish needs, not for the need of that teenage daughter.
Yeah.
Because if she's saying, no, I don't need it, I'm fine, and you felt a way about it, why did you feel a way about that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because there's things that you are looking for in that experience.
Right, because it should be about you anyway.
Not really to lend anything in the experience per se that's really going to satisfy her, especially if she's saying, Mom, I'm fine. You're looking to satisfy certain feelings and things you want to fulfill as a mom, instead of backing off going, hey, all right, babe, you got it. It's your formal. You want to do your nails alone? You want to do your hair alone? I support you. I'll be in the other room.
Right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's exactly what happened when my daughter had her formal this year.
I didn't know that.
She did her hair herself, did her nail, and I was chilling. I was there. I was the one that was picking her boyfriend up and taking him and dropping him off. And I was cool with her not wanting me involved in anything. I was fine with it. Because again, we're by nature not as selfish as the women.
No, we're not.
We're not.
We don't require.
We don't require that type of attention and that type of.
We won't break up a woman because she's not bringing us flowers.
Exactly.
Or she's not bringing us gifts. We won't break up with her because she's not taking us out to dinner.
Yep.
Or planning vacations.
We sure won't.
We don't feel there's a problem in the relationship if she's not saying you're handsome.
Right.
We don't care about that.
Right.
I mean, we like to hear it.
Of course, we like to hear it sometime. If that's your love language, affirmation.
But if we're saying we don't say I'm handsome anymore, you don't.
Right.
We don't get that way.
Women need that.
We only need one thing.
Right.
And we talked about that last episode. And so, because that encompasses all of what the desire part. See, women want to be desired. We feel we're desired when she lets us in. And check back last episode about what that means.
Right. And it's funny, this is a deep subject, why women are selfish. And it's funny because I know exactly what you mean. And it goes like really deep into this one. You know, this example I gave of my daughter and her mom is a really good example of what you're trying to say on that subject. Because I mean, that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's about selfishness. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, like I always say with this podcast, you know, one of the great things about it is you realize things in a different way when you talk about it and point them out. Right. Even though it was there, you know, it exists. Right. It kind of forces you to look at things in a more detailed manner. Right. Stuff that's evident in your life that you wouldn't really necessarily be looking at that detail. Right. You know what I mean? So, right. Yeah, I think it's interesting, man. Right. And the propaganda about that is the makeup industry, the fashion industry feed off of women's selfishness. Oh, absolutely. They need it. And that's why your girlfriend looks her best when she goes out and she wears the nicest dress because she wants to be the spotlight of the show. Yep. That's right. It's also another form of mating call. Yep. And we could talk about that another time. Yep. And women fight all the time and they're in competition all the time for that very same reason of your topic. Because they know why she's doing it. Yeah. They know why she's looking that pretty. They know why. They're like, you're trying to steal my man, or they might think. Or the man I might get. Yeah. You know. What they would think. That's how that stuff be, man. You ready to segue over? Yeah. Please, cool. I'm into. I want to know what this. Yeah, man. So that was a good topic Devon brought up, and women, stop being so selfish. Think about what we said. We men are selfish at all. Yeah, try and be a little more open about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna segue. Like I said before, we were gonna talk about putting people aside, how and when. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you were in a 2-year relationship and you break up, right? And you give yourself 4 months to get over the relationship and you start dating again. And you're dating because you may be vetting someone out for 3 months. You may have just met 2 people that you're kind of talking to, not intimate with or anything. You may or may not be intimate with one, but it's clear no one is hurt because you guys are just seeing who each other is and stuff like that. And let's say a month later, you actually meet someone you actually like, right? And this is a good thing what I'm explaining. Let's say you meet someone you actually like.
This is cold. I know.
Right? Let's just say. And you're kind of getting those inclinations like, this might be a good one. And you start vetting it out. And you guys don't set up any parameters. So it's clean for you to maybe still sleep with the one that you were talking to out of the 2, but the new one you're vetting, you're not sleeping with. You guys just vetting each other out. And you finally decide after 3 months, hey, me and you gonna make it happen. You finally decide that. When and how do you put the other 2 aside? You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, how do I let them know that
when do you put them aside? When do you go, okay.
Is it when you sleep with the new one or?
That's
what you're getting at. That's what you're getting at.
That's what I'm asking.
So,
when do you put? Because I'm telling you, I've been in situations where women have had men to put aside.
Oh.
And I was like, when does this guy go away?
Oh.
Now you and I are trying to do something serious.
Oh.
Are you still sleeping with him?
And they do it all the time.
Or when do you put those people aside, and how do you put them aside?
On what basis?
On what basis? Especially if it's going cool, and you're like, and it's funny because a person on the other end may say, "Well, damn, okay, so you got somebody new now, and now we have to just stop. We were cool, we were friends, and then maybe the one you were sleeping with, the sex was good, and we had an understanding, and now it's just done. You met a new girl, huh? You like her? You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, and the girl you're with, who you vetted for 3 months, who you want to take it further, goes, well, yeah, the people you were seeing, when do you stop seeing them? You know what I'm saying? It's always a question, and it's always an interesting factor when you put that person aside on both ends, mm-hmm. from the man or the woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you have someone or people to put aside.
So let me ask you, do you think that the basis on either side involves sex? So in other words, if I haven't slept with her yet, so I technically haven't done nothing wrong?
Well, yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm not even saying it's wrong or right. Now I'm going to give you a perfect example. The dentist I was with in my last serious relationship, she had someone to put aside, and it was an ex who she had still been kind of dabbling with, even though she knew it was an ex. And I had someone that I had to put aside as well, and I was trying to decide, when should I put her aside? Where's this going with this dentist? When should I put this person aside? And I finally just cut it off with this person, you know what I mean, at the right time where it didn't overlap, you know what I mean? And she had to decide to put this ex aside. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you may not necessarily want to put these people aside, but you have to if you want to take the situation you're in serious. You know what I mean? And in this story, the ex even showed up and came back. Flew in town and just showed up.
Because he knew.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, what are you doing? And I was asking her, did you tell him you were with someone new and serious now? And you see what I'm saying?
Know. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know what he knew. My whole point is, like I have on my cue card here, when do you put people aside and how? She was supposed to go at a certain time, hey, I know I just saw you a couple of weeks ago, but I've met someone new. I like him. You know what I mean? But she obviously didn't say that. And if she did, and he disrespected her and just showed up, that's still wrong. But I don't
Well, he
even
probably
think she even
didn't.
said
Yeah,
anything.
she probably thought if I stopped texting him.
Yeah, because
women do that.
Yeah.
I'll just stop texting him and
People
call
aren't
him.
honest and they don't communicate.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So when and how do you put people aside? And I was wrong in the way I put the person that I was seeing aside. I just cut her off and ghosted her. And I just recently had a chance to apologize to her in person about it, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
The person that I had put aside at that time, this was a year ago now. But I actually just recently apologized to her about that.
Mm-hmm.
And she accepted my apology. I was like, look, I know we were just seeing each other. We had just met. We had just slept together a few times. But I want to be honest and say I was wrong and I shouldn't have ghosted you. I should have told you what was going on. And she appreciated me a year later manning up, taking responsibility, and letting her know that I was sorry. The way I just ghosted her instead of putting her aside in the correct way. So, you understand what I'm trying to say?
So having that knowledge, would you ever date a woman or prospect to date a woman?
Yeah.
Would you ever prospect to date a woman and you know that she says, I'm friends with my ex-husband or boyfriend still, and we see each other often because we're just friends? Or are you going to translate that as, no, that's just someone she has put to the side?
Well,
If things don't work out with me, then she can always go back to him.
yeah, if they don't have kids, I don't think that that's appropriate.
Right. So
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but women have many guys they have on the side, and they just categorize them different. That's my friend from work. That's my friend from the gym.
Because they probably don't want to put them aside.
Because either one of them are probably satisfying.
One of those things on your list.
Maybe Bob is emotionally secure.
Yep.
Maybe Ben has the nice body.
Yep.
Maybe Joe has the romantic side.
Yep.
And maybe George has the good pipe.
Right.
You know? But you can't let them all go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's really deep. I never
Yeah,
thought of that.
and the thing about it is when you meet someone new,
You
when
don't know all that.
Yeah, when do you talk about that? Like, who are you seeing right now?
Right.
A question I usually ask is, how many other guys are you in constant communication with
Now,
right
do
now?
you think she's gonna tell
and
you the
what's the
truth?
nature of them?
Do you think she's going to tell you the truth?
Women have told me some, so I don't know if they were lying or not, but at least
Times
they
it-
had,
times it by
at
3.
least they had exactly.
Times it by
at least
3.
they had something to say.
If she's gorgeous, nice body, successful, and smart, you ain't
Right.
the only one.
Right.
And not to sound negative.
I would
guys.
ask that though. I would
Right.
literally go, you know, who are you in constant communication with, and what's the nature of that communication? And you know what I mean? If it goes well with us, or if it's to the point to where it's gone well, I go, when do you plan on putting those people aside? And which ones are you intimate with or not? I literally ask that.
I think you should know.
Because I don't want to be involved in any overlapping situation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's gross.
You know what I'm trying to say?
He was there like 2 hours before?
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in no overlapping situation. So because see, look, we all have needs. And when you meet a single woman, who knows who she's just, you know, having moments with to satisfy her sexual need or romance and this, that, and the other. And you know, it's funny, a woman in a situation, she may be looking for someone serious like you, but was just had this guy fulfilling that need. But if she now knows she wants to be serious with you, she has to figure out how to put him aside. And vice versa if it's a guy. He has to figure out how to put her aside.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? And it's one of those subjects that people don't think about or talk about.
I think they lied and they say, you know.
But I talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to me. I had a woman say, hey, look, I'm going through things with my parents' divorce. I have school, I have work. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. But we've been, you know, intimate and talked. Then like a month later, she was some other dude. No, I was put to the side.
Right.
And she was seeing this dude all along.
Right.
And I didn't know.
Yes.
It wasn't like he just waltzed in there and
Right.
she's in a relationship. He had to put in some time.
They had to be there before. He had to have been there before.
Right. I think that happens to all of us and we don't know. So when do you put them aside?
Yeah.
I think I think for women it's different because women don't like to leave unless they got some other security. if they know for sure, but
That's
they never
filling one of those things on your list.
right, you know, if she's with Bob for 2 months and this new guy comes in, he has more money, he's more charming, but she can leave the Bob and go with him, but there's no guarantee he's going to keep her. Now she's with nobody. And women don't like being without no one.
Right.
They don't. I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's another topic.
Yeah.
But on the basis of that alone, I think it's different for men and women. I think men like you and I, we might decide to put someone to the side when we're ready to commit more versus, you know, if someone's there or not. And I think women make that decision on if they know someone's going to be there. Because I don't think we think about, well, is she going to be there more than this person? Like, what if it doesn't work out? Like, you're willing to bite that apple to see if it'll work out.
Yeah.
But it's not on the basis if she's going to stay.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just if it'll work. And I don't think women make the decision based on if it's going to work. I think they make the decision based on if he's going to stay.
Right.
Which sounds the same, but it's kind of different.
What makes it funny is, you know, it's not like the person you're trying to put aside, you're in a fight with them or you're having an argument or anything like that. It's actually going good. So it's uncomfortable. You're like, wait a minute. I have someone new that I like, that I know I'm going to probably have a serious relationship with, but this other person I was just sleeping with or enjoying movies with or anything like that, I now have to go, hey, I have someone new, so you kind of got to go because I'm going to take this serious. That's what makes it even worse.
Right.
Because not like you are like enemies, you know what I'm saying? Or had a bad falling out to where you were like, you know what, well, screw you then. I got somebody new anyway that I'm about to take seriously.
Right.
That's what makes it even worse.
Right, that's weird.
And I'm telling you, man, and no one talks about this. It's so true, and no one talks about this. So because let's say if it is a guy she was sleeping with, or a girl the guy was sleeping with, and the other person goes, well, can we just still be friends though? And the guy or girl ain't gonna tell you. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. So how and when do you put people aside, man? Like I said, it's something that's not talked about at all. Go ahead.
So then that's probably why women cause drama to break up. Why they cause controversy and drama to break up is they can't say, oh, well, I'm seeing someone else. So they cause a fight. So why are you always looking at that girl? Or why when you see your phone, who are you texting? They want to convince themselves something's wrong when there's nothing wrong.
Right.
Or they'll create something wrong. Drama.
Right.
And then so that the other guy can be like, you know what, forget you, I'm done.
Right.
And then that's what she wanted anyway.
Right. That's an easy way to get rid of that person they had on the side. And I'm not saying in every relationship,
which is kind of
someone new, there was someone who she had been seeing in a funny or fun or sexual or serious way. But I'm just saying in those situations where there is someone, that needs to be handled and it needs to be talked about, guys. In relationships, you got to talk about this, and it needs to be handled, and try to do it the right way. That's what I got to say, and it's not talked about enough. But there's usually someone there that needs to be put aside.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. That's what I got to say. And that's everything else you want to add.
So women are selfish. They're devious. They're mysterious. They're liars. They have these games.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. But if you had a bag of chips, and you said, Devon, do you want some chips? And I put my hand in the bag and I grab a lot. Yeah. And you said, Devon, why'd you grab them all? But there's 4 or 5 left. I didn't grab them all. Yeah. But why'd you grab them all? It's a figure of speech. Right. But yeah, man, this isn't to bash women. It's just we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
No one's talking about that.
We need to talk about these things. Definitely talk about putting people aside, and women definitely try to be a little less selfish, So that's our show. Tune in next week for more great topics. Don't forget to subscribe so you can have some fun with us and just listen to these great topics and share your info. Maybe we all can learn something. Follow us on social media. Hit that notification button when you subscribe. If you like what we're doing, don't forget we have that $100 giveaway when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Everything will be in the description. If you're into CBD, hit us up at cbdorganisoasis.com. That's a new company that my film company started. Because, some of my entertainment friends do cannabis. I'm doing CBD because it's so good for you. It's healthy. And we have some real organic good stuff. So remember, it's romantic propaganda. We're broadcasting the truth and exposing the lies. It's Imani and
Devon. Peace out, guys.